Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into something genuinely groundbreaking. It really could reshape the future of education. We're focusing on rapidly developing regions, specifically East Africa.
That's right. We're looking at the launch of the very first Spatial AI University there. It's a major partnership between EON Reality and the Uganda Institute of Information and Communications Technology, or UICT.
And it's not just another university popping up. They're calling it a third way in education.
Yeah.
So what does that actually mean? Why is this such a big deal?
Well, this third way, its core aim is tackling a really critical issue we see globally. It's that growing disconnect, between traditional education and the skills people actually need for the digital economy. And that gap is especially wide in places like Africa, where digital growth is just exploding.
Right.
So this model, it tries to go beyond the limits of, say, old school brick and mortar unis, but also purely online courses.
Okay, so it's bridging that gap. A third way.
Mm-hmm.
From what we've seen, it seems to mix the hands-on aspect you might get on campus with the reach of online learning, but then adds this layer of, well, really advanced tech.
Exactly. It's an integration.
Dr. Frederick Kitogo, he's the principal at UICT, he called it a significant leap forward.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for Uganda, he said, but for ICT education across East Africa, creating accessible, world-class learning experiences. And it's all built on this EON Reality methodology. Learn, train, perform. Can you maybe unpack that a bit?
Sure. Learn, train, perform is very practical, very experiential. Students first learn the theory, the concepts, then they apply that knowledge using interactive 3D simulations, hands-on, virtually. And finally, they perform those skills in these realistic virtual settings until they've really mastered them.
Okay.
And this method is fundamental to what makes this Spatial AI University different. You compare it to traditional models or even the standard online ones, you really see how, well, revolutionary it aims to be.
How so?
Take the learning environment. Traditional schools, physical classrooms, often with limited or, frankly, outdated gear.
Sure.
Online learning. Flexible, sure, but usually no real hands-on practice. This new model offers immersive 3D environments. And importantly, they include virtual components tailored for East African contexts. Real-world relevance.
That sounds much more engaging right off the bat. But here's something that really stood out to me. The equipment access.
Ah, yes, that's huge.
In a normal university, getting access to cutting-edge equipment is a massive bottleneck. It costs a fortune.
Prohibitively expensive often.
And online courses usually offer nothing like that.
Yeah.
But here, students get virtual access to over $50 billion worth of equipment and labs.
50 billion, it's an astonishing figure.
It really is. It feels like it could level the playing field globally. Imagine a student in Kampala having the same R&D tools as someone in, say, Silicon Valley. That's disruptive.
And we're talking serious kit. Advanced computing clusters, networking gear, AI labs, sophisticated software development environments.
Virtually, right there for them.
Exactly. And that level of access, it extends to the teaching side, too. Traditional universities, they often struggle with not enough faculty, high student-to-teacher ratios.
A common problem.
Standard online courses might have support, but it's often delayed, asynchronous. This third way, though, it tackles that directly with 247 AI mentors.
AI mentors.
Okay.
Alongside human faculty.
Yes, complementing the faculty access. It's not just patching a shortage. It's a shift towards super personalized on-demand help.
Interesting. So the AI handles some support, freeing up the human teachers.
Potentially, yes. For a more complex mentoring project guidance, the stuff AI can't quite do yet. It changes the educator's role.
And all this interaction, this spatial experience, it must help students actually remember and understand things better than just lectures or reading.
Absolutely. Multisensory engagement, it significantly boosts knowledge retention.
That makes sense. But thinking about the practicalities, especially in many parts of Africa, what about infrastructure? Traditional universities need buildings, reliable power. Online needs good internet.
Yeah.
How does this model handle that?
That's a really critical point. This model is specifically optimized for low bandwidth situations. And crucially, it offers offline capabilities.
Offline. Okay, that is a game changer for access in remote or less connected areas.
Definitely. It opens doors where learning was difficult before. And then there's a credential path. It's designed to be very flexible, not like fixed-time degrees or certificates with spotty recognition. Here, you get stackable credentials.
Stackable. Meaning?
You can build up qualifications, start with a certificate, add more, work towards a full diploma, all recognized across Africa. It offers learners real flexibility.
That sounds much more adaptable to people's lives.
It is. And geographic access, too. Traditional learning often means moving cities.
Right, major barrier.
Online helps, but this Spatial AI University is designed for rural access, too, without needing to relocate. It broadens the reach massively.
And the cost, always a factor.
Significantly lower. They say a fraction of traditional costs. It makes high-tech education much more affordable for people in Uganda and the region.
Okay, let's circle back to that staggering number. The $50 billion in virtual equipment. It's not just a flashy figure, is it? It seems central to making this whole third way work.
It really ties it all together. You simply couldn't build that physically.
No way. It does make you wonder about the future of traditional universities when this kind of access becomes available and affordably.
It poses a challenge, for sure.
And coupling that resource access with the 247 AI mentors, it's a clever way to tackle those faculty shortages we talked about.
It is. Dan Ledgerskar, EON Reality's chairman, put it quite well. He said, Africa represents the next frontier of global digital growth.
Right.
And that this model effectively leapfrogs the traditional educational path.
Leapfrogs, that's a good word for it.
And it's important to see how these resources create real benefits and promote inclusion. Lower costs, plus huge virtual resources equals incredible value for students.
Maximizing value, yeah.
Plus, the flexibility helps working professionals, and there's a real focus on rural access. They mentioned community access hubs and a mobile-first design.
Mobile first, that's key in Africa, where smartphones are often the main computer.
Exactly. So you combine this tech model with UICT's local knowledge, their understanding of the needs and challenges on the ground, and you get this powerful platform to build the digital workforce Africa needs for its tech revolution. It's really about democratizing that opportunity.
So what is the tech actually driving all this? What's under the hood?
Well, the core is EON Reality's Spatial AI platform. It's really an ecosystem. You've got components like EON AI Ready that uses AI to quickly turn existing stuff like textbooks or lectures into these interactive 3D simulations.
So it helps create the learning content faster.
Much faster and cheaper than traditional methods, makes it scalable. Then there's the EON AI Mentor we mentioned for the 24/7 support, also EON Career Compass to help guide students towards jobs, and even an EON Entrepreneur Guide.
An entrepreneur guide. Interesting.
Yeah, to help foster new ventures. It's a whole package designed to make complex ideas tangible through, spatial visualization.
A very comprehensive sounding ecosystem. And what kind of subjects or courses are they offering through it?
The courses are carefully chosen, really focused on Africa's digital transformation needs, things like applied AI and machine learning, but focused on African challenges.
Okay, practical AI.
Mobile app development, vital for that mobile-first economy. Internet of Things for development, think agriculture, healthcare applications.
Real-world IoT uses.
Fintech and digital financial services building on Africa's lead in mobile money. Cybersecurity, obviously crucial, and even creative technology and digital content creation.
Wow, quite a range, but all very relevant.
Exactly. It's designed to create a clear path from learning these skills directly into jobs in high-growth sectors.
And while it's based in Kampala, Uganda, the idea is bigger, right? It's not just for Uganda.
No, the vision is much broader, using the virtual tech to reach across East Africa and potentially beyond.
It sounds like it aligns well with continental goals, like the African Union's Agenda 2063 for economic transformation.
It really does. It supports those goals for inclusive, sustainable growth. Dr. Kitogo at UICT emphasized their commitment, equipping students, positioning Uganda as an innovator in education for Africa.
And democratizing that access, as he said, letting students learn by doing with tools they could never physically access before.
Precisely. It's a powerful move towards truly democratizing world-class ICT education. And stepping back, thinking globally, this third way model, with its mix of access, advanced tech, and practical focus. It's not just a solution for Uganda or East Africa. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How could this kind of model reshape education standards everywhere? Could it be a blueprint for bridging the digital divide in other underserved parts of the world? It's a provocative thought for the future of learning.
What a fascinating deep dive today. We've really explored how this Spatial AI University in East Africa, this third way, well, it seems poised to be genuinely transformative. It's about breaking down old barriers, unlocking potential on a huge scale. We really hope you, the listener, take a moment to think about the potential here. These innovative models are worth watching.
Indeed, because ultimately this partnership, it goes beyond just the technology itself. It's fundamentally about empowering people, driving economic progress with knowledge that's accessible, relevant, and meets the needs of our rapidly changing digital world.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into what could be the future of learning. We'll catch you on the next one.